Houston, we have a problem today. What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the Sofi stock, and there is some, bad, headlines out there, potentially some false information that is, going around on Twitter, guys. There was some SEC documents for, shares being sold by institutional investors. We're going to be covering that for you in this video because I believe that is the reason why the Sofi stock dropped so drastically today, close to over 6%. I understand the overall growth stocks, we're getting hit today, but SoFi has been having great strength, and I'm going to be showing you guys what all of that bad news was about. And only if you feel this video gives you better insight on the SoFi stock, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'll be keeping you updated daily with all of the growth stocks and spec plays. There's going to be a lot of great information coming out. You don't want to miss it. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, and anybody following the channel, I have a big position in SoFi stock, over 3 accounts, and today was a really crazy day. We could see SoFi stock drop 5.5%. I believe it was even lower at one point, and there was some bad headlines coming out today, and I'm going to show you exactly what those headlines were about that was causing a lot of fear, early on in the day. So Softbank is an institutional investor for the SoFi stock, a Japanese multinational conglomerate holding company headquarters in Tokyo, and they've been a big investor for SoFi stock, for 5+ years. You can see Softbank leads $1 billion investment in U.S. fintech startup SoFi back in 2015. So they are one of the early investors that have been believing in this company 5-6 years before they even went public to the market. According to Whale Wisdom, Softbank, we scroll down, this shows all of the holdings. SoFi right here, 117 million shares, guys, valued around $2 billion, according to the, Whale Wisdom filing. So, guys, massive position as of, this, website right here. But that's where this FUD comes in about, people saying that Softbank was selling millions and millions of shares today. If we go over to SoFi institutional ownership on Fintel, this is where the confusion happened, and this was being spread around Twitter, being retweeted. I don't know if the hedge funds were doing this. I don't know if it was a mistake, but I'm going to show you exactly what happened. So, guys, according to an update as of yesterday, the 25th, it says that Softbank now owns 31 million shares. I just showed you, over 100 million shares plus. So the headline was that Softbank sold off 74% of their entire position of SoFi. And of course, if somebody sees, an institutional investor that has been in the stock for, 7 years, selling over 100 million shares, somebody believes that something bad was happening. And, that's why I believe the stock, was dropping really hard today, because we haven't really seen SoFi, pull back, more than 2.5% the past, 10 days. So this was some major, fear that I believe that was plotted, before these earnings come out, guys. And I took advantage and I bought a couple more options. But as you can see, if we go over to Twitter, Fintel mistakenly filed a SoftBank 13D for SoFi. And if we click, that SEC report that says they own, 30 million shares, we click it and it says ESS Tech. Continue to scroll down, and we see right here 31,700,000 shares right here. If we go back over to the Fintel update for SoFi, the exact same shares are popping up with that 31,700,000, guys. So I believe this was a filing for a different stock, ESS Tech. I made sure that this was a real company, and it says right here, ESS Tech, and it's actually up today. So it looks like somebody made a mistake, for some institutional investors selling and buying on Fintel, it looks like. I don't know if this was, a bear attack or a short attack. It could be, and if it was, somebody most likely will have to pay, a big, multi-million-dollar fine. This is, part of the stock market, and, this is why the stock market is rigged. You just got to know how to play it and do your due diligence as fast as you can, to understand where these sell-offs are happening. So in my opinion, I believe, Softbank didn't sell any of their, 100 million plus shares. And, this will eventually get updated back on, Fintel, back over, to 130 million plus or whatever it was exactly. And guys, you can see here, if you just scroll down a couple of hours ago, that SoFi news about SoftBank was fake. Who else loaded up on the dip? After a mass dip, did you buy SoFi? Here's another person tweeting Softbank did not sell any SoFi. And we can see right here, this is a Bloomberg screenshot for ESS Tech. Softbank added 31 million shares here. So that is, pretty scary when you saw that type of news, guys. And I believe that's why we dipped around 6% today. SoFi has been having great strength, but the good news is, that's going to get more retail investors out of this stock. So I'm sorry I can't bring these videos to you immediately, but this is what happened, for the SoFi stock. Now I can go over to some good news that I actually saw happening on Fintel today. You scroll over to SoFi institutional ownership and scroll down a little bit. We could see, we have tons and tons of updates coming in for the 26th today, guys. Take a look at this. Fidelity Series growth, 192,000 shares. Another a different one. It says the Fidelity 1Q, 161,000 shares. FDGRF, another one from Fidelity, a million shares. Cutler Group, 400,000 shares. EMFO LLC, 180,000 shares. So, guys, tons and tons of smaller institutions, tons and tons of ETFs, guys. People are loading up SoFi. $17 a share. We can scroll down 17. So a lot of these filings are coming in from, a couple of weeks ago that they were buying that dip massively. So more and more institutional investors, guys. And as of today on the NASDAQ, I believe SoFi is around 40% institutional ownership. Once the stock gets to 60 to 70%, guys, the big whales will, own this stock forever. And, they will control the movements, on any good news, any good earnings reports. So a lot of good things are happening for SoFi leading up to that earnings report. So guys, SoFi is still down about 4% today. We're back under 16 billion market cap again. The volume is a little bit high, about 24 million, but understand, guys, I believe there's a lot of good things going to be happening for SoFi leading up to these earnings. We could get the bank charter at any given moment. I understand that that is a dark cloud sitting over SoFi. It's still giving people a lot of, fear. Is the, charter going through? When are they going to get it? Insider selling today from, SEC filings. There's a lot of FUD out there, guys. Understand that this has been in the works for over a year plus. They just filed for over $1 billion in convertible notes, due years and years out with 0% interest. So they're going to need that money to, back up these bank charter, deposits. So guys, in my opinion, SoFi is on discount again. So I'm surprised that the stock is still down. It may take a while for people to absorb this bad news that is probably still getting pushed around on Twitter. And if you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you. SoFi is a great company with great management. Once that bank charter goes through, it's going to boost tons of institutional investors' confidence, guys. And I really believe this company could run because they have billions and billions of cash on the balance sheet. And we are also less than 15 days away from earnings, guys. So understand this company could make a huge run if the growth comes in and they do hit on that EPS. Nobody's going to know exactly, but understand this is a great buying opportunity today on this dip with this bad news. Once again, my name's Kyle. Hope you have a great day.